Welcome back, everyone.
Hello, everybody. We're going to be getting into Game 2 today, where we're going to see Resist versus OnCooldown as we get right into the ban phase.
So Resist Gaming first ban coming straight out of the box, going to be Osiris. Now, we were discussing off-air as well, DM, that I think Osiris is absolutely broken. I think he's stronger than Scylla. I think he's probably the top jungler right now, Osiris, and you don't.
No, I don't. I think Hunbatz is still a little bit better. I just think we're in that stage where some people have figured out how to play Osiris, and some people have figured out, or rather not figured out, how to fight Osiris. There's not a lot of kiting going on. They're not using his lack of mobility against him. They're just kind of getting caught by the tether, not spacing themselves correctly. Whereas Hunbatz, even if you know how to fight Hunbatz, you still get hit by things. All the time.
I mean, when I look at him on paper, it's the fact that with his passive, he has 16% when he's full, ghost form, so to speak. 16% damage mitigation to physical attacks. And that alone is very strong, and then add his tether to that, and the fact that you can't get away from him for the life of you. It makes him very, very strong to take on any physical god in the game. Only the likes of Freya are the only ones that I've really seen deal with him viably. So that's personally my standpoint anyway. We're both going to have differences. Like, you think Kali's good. I think, Kumbhakarna would just destroy her every day of the week.
Poor Kali.
Poor Kali.
So we are going to see Artemis taken out as well as Kumbhakarna and Scylla expectedly. Janus going to be first picked across the way. Apollo considered one of the top hunters has been grabbed, as well as Geb, who is considered probably the top support if Kumbhakarna is not available. Thor and Athena locked in for the left side, so no chalk for this game again.
That resist ban of Artemis tells me that they wanted OnCooldown to go Apollo. It must be, because the only other way you do that is if you're going to first pick Apollo. But Giannis was left on the table. They chose that one, which left Apollo available. So that means Resist Gaming must have something planned, DM, for the Hunter role to go against Apollo.
So we're going to see a pickup of Ra, and they're going to be able to ban Aphrodite. One more ban available here for Resist. Now, Apollo's already on the board. They don't need to look at Hunters. They already have their support as well. This could be a solo laner. I would look at Assassins. I would take away bots.
I'd take away bots too. I think Hunbatz is the right sort of ban for them to be looking at in this situation. We'll see, though, because they're thinking about this one long and hard as well. And it looks like he's going to be a mid laner in terms of Agni.
Yeah, so Agni will get picked up. They don't even need to grab bots here since Thor has already been picked up. This can be a good opportunity for them to just grab a mid laner before, just something to maybe not counter Janus, but do well against Janus. Ao Kuang's still on the table, of course, has a pretty good matchup against the character. Poseidon's still available. Zhang Kui's still available and will be locked in.
Zhang Kui and Giannis have an interesting matchup between them, two of them. Obviously, the sustain from Zhang Kui comes out, but Giannis's burst can play into the fact that Zhang Kui can underestimate his health because he thinks he's going to sustain more with the recall demons than he actually will. So OnCooldown, I'm going to be careful with that pick, I feel.
So 2 more picks here for Resist. This will be their final picking phase. They're looking likely for a support and a hunter here. So Anher still on the table as well. We saw that last game. Still Cupid, Shibalanke. It looks like they're going to hover onto Anher right off the bat and lock it in. Final pick likely is going to be their solo lane. Only a few seconds remain here. And to go up against Ra, I mean, of course, I love Chang'e, but Loki. They're gonna lock Loki.
All right, so they've gone for a very, very, very aggressive team composition here. Loki's just going to have to farm consistently against Ra in that solo lane, I feel, DM, and then look for the abuse later on. But the team, honestly, isn't that squishy on cooldown. Apollo, very escapable. Zhang Kui, if you're going to jump on him, you're going to have to make sure he goes down quick. Otherwise, he's gonna fart ghosts on you.
So what I want to see from Ra, I want to see the breastplate rush here. They're fighting Loki in lane. He has Thor on the ganks as well. That's pure physical damage coming at him, for the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game. Rushing breastplate's going to give him extra mana. It can give him extra control in the lane on top of the fact that cooldown reduction is going to be huge on a character who has such sustainability.
And, this is cute. This is a shout out for you. Look how nice they've been. They've picked Kali.
Kali does very, very well against
Loki.
Loki.
Pick, actually.
What's
Kali.
that?
I think it's a really, really good pick.
It is. I mean, he does extremely well against Loki. Stun is going to be able to break him out of stealth, and you can track the stealth with the bleed. He does well against Thor by being able to stop Berserker Barrage. He can jump over Mjolnir's attunement. I mean, there's a lot of control here. Not to mention, unless Janus has a pure escape, this is one of the characters that Janus can't stop, because Janus's big thing is that he's burst damage. I mean, he has a ton of control, ton of damage. What happens when the person you're attacking can't be killed?
Exactly. What happens when they're invulnerable? You've only got 2 skills to really do damage with, which is your portal and then your vortex. Once they're on cooldown, you're just going to stand there and get chopped to pieces by the 4 arms of Kali. So the only really tanky member of Resist Gaming here, DM, is Athena. So Kali can, in essence, have a field day. So to speak.
And not to mention Apollo has Mez for setup, and Geb has the shield to let Kali go in for for longer, and then Zhang Kui. If you ignore Zhang Kui's damage and try to focus on the Kali, that's going to be a very bad situation that you're putting your team in. So I think it's going to come down to the early game.
I totally agree. I feel it's going to come down to how Resist Gaming use the early pressure of their sort of assassins and damage, and try not to get into team fight situations, because if they do, they don't have much of a team fight on paper at all.
Right. Well, I mean, early game, Kali's damage is pretty low. Ra's not going to have the same kind of control that Thor and Loki are having. So I'm expecting this early duo lane, they've got to make something happen. Use that decoy effectively. Go for a kill on Kali. Try to take the potion off if she buys it. Or rush Ra down. Just look for something to get an early lead, because if that Kali or that Apollo or that Zhang Kui starts to get ahead, it's going to be a very, very rough mid-game for Resist.
Yeah, I mean, Resist Gaming, one of these teams on paper as well that are starting to rise up. Some well-known players there, Clumsy, Def, Skaleed, and I'm Rafiki, just to name a few that even I know, and I'm not even North American. So they've got a good team. I'm not.
Canada's North America. Doesn't even know where he lives. Stick around, guys. We're going to be back in a few minutes with the second round of the day, Resist versus OnCooldown.
Oh.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Game 2 of the day. This is going to be Resist versus OnCooldown in the round of 32. And Hindu Man, I think we're going to see a pretty good game here as both teams are rushing out of the base hardcore.
Yeah, they are rushing out straight away. All down the left-hand side of OnCooldown right now. Left-hand side, Resist Gaming, doing the same thing. So we might have a big fight around the Gold Fury here.
Yeah, it looks like they're both grouping up. Neither team, I think, recognizes the fact that they're about to run into each other. This could be dangerous.
But they're going to do a circle around each other. That's what's going to happen, because you're going to see straight down. OnCooldown are going to rush all the way down to the lane to the blue buff area. They might completely miss each other. However, there could be a chance here to see each other. Will they spot?
Can we get the Benny Hill music going?
Uh-oh,
on her. On her. He sees them. He sees them. He's running. Apollo recognizes we're going to have a 4v5 here. This could be a lot of trouble for Loki unless he has... Uh-oh. Geb's getting in there. Can he find the shockwave? No. Unstable Vortex only going to hit one in that giant mess of players.
Just gonna retreat now. So Wads went down from Resist. Wads went down already from OnCooldown on that side of the map. So by Resist Gaming, so they got a deep ward in there as well. But nothing really came of it. They wanted to fight, and everyone went, "Actually, this isn't a good idea, guys, because it's gonna be a 5v5, and I don't feel strong enough." So everyone backed out. And honestly, Resist Gaming could have had a big problem there, because OnCooldown probably would have won that fight. Actually, no, that's a lie. I think Resist Gaming probably would have won the level 1 if they went really at it.
You know, it's hard to say. It depends on what each person got. If Kali didn't take a move and went for her stun at level 1 and got a 3 or 4 man stun on top of what Geb could do with Shockwave, that could have been a lot of trouble. But topside, we are going to see Kali pick up the speed buff. They'll rotate in here to the blue. Now, looking at the board here, Ra does not have Hand of the Gods, so this is going to take them a little bit while longer. Rafiki going to hit level 2. It looks like they're going to go right for the blue buff as well. Blue buff on top should be safe here. Puka not even taking damage.
Yeah, Rafiki not got Hog either in that lane, so it's going to be about the same sort of time he should get to lane. Actually, OnCooldown going to make it there a little bit quicker because they got there a bit faster as well, so everything normal for the time being.
It looks like Rafiki's just going to rush the Heartseeker. No hand, no abilities, few potions as well, only 3 on the board, meaning he's looking just to get damage on the board and get kills at level 5, and I love that start. I love it.
It's a good decision, because that's where he's going to be strong. We discussed the early game, DM, and how important it's going to be for Resist Gaming with their composition, that they get themselves going early on, and with Loki doing that, then hopefully they can do it.
Yeah, Skeleton and Rafiki pushing forward. There goes the decoy, and nice heal placement coming out, not only hitting the melees, but all 6 of his minions. Kali going for a kill here, looking at Skeleton, who does a lot of damage, but the archers have turned to her. Rafiki has turned to her, and she's taking a lot of damage. Mjolnir's has been used. He's looking for more damage. Divine Light's not going to be able to stop Rafiki as he rotates back, and First Blood will be averted for now.
Oh, now mid lane, Clumsy Death fighting off against Humanoid in this, sorry, Horrywind in this lane. He's looking for the pole, not going to find it though, but his position is trying to keep him out of that exposed demons opportunity. Sorry, exercise demons, exposed demons. Get myself confused between the skills, but he's taking a lot of damage there. Going to be forced back to tower as the rotation comes in as well from Kali.
Clumsy Death has taken a lot of damage here. I don't think he recognizes the fact that Kali is waiting in the wings right here, looking for an opportunity. Will Clumsy Death move forward? He's going to move in. He's guarded. He's stunned. He's bleeding. And he has been exercised. First Blood's going to go to Kali, and that's going to be a big swing for OnCooldown.
Yeah, giving that to Carly as well. Going to allow to escalate her build a bit quicker. Right-hand side, we can see Pretty Ducks taking a bit of damage on that Ra from Aimo Rafiki, so have to keep an eye on that one as this goes on, but being pushed out by the minions once again, going to take a bit of damage from the minions there.
Speaking of minions, left side, this is the third time now that we have seen the blue team
Oh,
get
Rafiki's
pushed
in
onto their
trouble!
tower.
He could drop down here to an auto attack. It does connect. Celestial Beam went through him, and that was enough to secure it, and now we're going to see Skeleton rotate around looking for the counter.
Oh, Skeleton has a lot of damage here, but we see Dux at level 5. He can turn at this point, but the Divine Light by itself is going to slow down Berserker Barrage. Do you know, Hindu Man, I don't know how long you've been playing, but there was a point in time where Berserker Barrage was completely immune to slows. And I'm talking about even the movement penalty from auto attack slows. So that, in the past, would have been a great play, but smart right there from Dux, keeping him back and forcing out that early kill. That's going to be 2 kills now for OnCooldown.
Yeah, so OnCooldown in a good position right now, especially as we said, Resist Gaming going to have to look for the early game presence to really start to dominate this game. Mid-camp's due to spawn, left-hand side, a lot of damage going on once again. The leap away, having to come out from Anher as Apollo goes aggressive. He needs to find the autos, though, to secure the kill. Not going to find them. Mid-camp's up.
Now, Giz is going to be able to get out of here. Apollo's going to be going up for the ult. Is he going to wait here? He doesn't have a lot of time. He's going to land down right in the center. Giz is going to take a lot of damage here. Good taunt, but unfortunately, taunt just makes people want to attack you, and that's what he did. Another kill for OnCooldown.
Exactly what he did, 3-0. Now, right-hand camps did go to OnCooldown. Left-hand camp's going to be contested by Clumsy and Skeleton, but Geb is in the area, so they've got to be a bit careful. Going to give it up, though, is Geb. They're going to be quite happy with their position right now in these early stages.
I mean, they have to be. 3 kills up at this point. They're 1,400 gold in the lead on top of almost 1,000 experience. The only things to consider here is that we do have a Heartseeker finished onto Loki. He's going to be going back to lane in just a second here. It looks like he's picked up Sprint and some wards as well, trying to keep himself safe. Loki is looking for the long game here.
Yeah, he really is. He's going to try and escalate himself to a decent staple from now. So keep an eye on that lane. See if he can take out Raw or look for the rotations onto Jean-Kui with the burst damage available from Janus in that lane in the middle. He may actually look there if possible. But with Thor on the map as well, DM, the dunks could be real with Loki's help.
So now in the mid lane, Clumsy Death getting pushed back even farther. You're going to see Herwin just not having any trouble, but he did just use the card right there. Unstable Vortex going to just demolish that wave as he waits for Expose Evil to come back up. There it is. Watch the wave disappear. Watch the health go back up to full.
Right-hand side, lot of aggression. The dunk comes down from Skeleton. Carly's in there, though, and she's going to use the instance to try and slow them down. But it does look like Pretty Ducks went down.
We got a 4-man rotation here. Oh, this is trouble. She gets her ult off. Good bait. She's going to use a couple ultimates there. We did see Through Time and Space used. We did see Defender of Olympus used. And as we see Jean-Kui rotate over, he'll be able to at least get this wave. But mid lane is completely uncontested as the buffs start to respawn. And Skeleton has already stolen away the speed buff.
Yeah, already done so. I mean, big shout to Skeleton.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, she didn't. He took his speed buff.
This is what I think, DM, that Resist Gaming want to do. They want to get Rafiki big in this lane. Get him so big that when he goes for somebody, he's going to take them out quickly. Because the whole team rotated over there. Left-hand side.
One more shot's going to do it. No, he gets the shield off. He's going to try to escape. This might be some trouble for Giz, but T-Mac will be rotating out as Kali's looking for an opportunity to jump onto Skeleton. That bleed will not hit, and he's going to be forced out once again.
It's 3-1 in favor of OnCooldown, but Resist Gaming showing what their composition can do and what they're going to be looking to do as a team. Mid lane been pushed in though, so Clumsy Death going to have to get back there, lose a little bit of gold to the tower overall, but that Unstable Vortex makes short work of that, and there's a nice portal just to throw a little bit more poke out.
Well, Resist does find a kill here, which is going to try to even the board a little bit, but they're still 1,400 down. It should be noted that the experience difference has almost normalized, though.
Yeah, almost normalized. I mean, the gold will make a big part of that, but the experience being slightly even, and it will keep things going. Right-hand side, once again, Rafiki doing his best to wave clear, but got to be careful about the amount of damage coming out from Celestial Beam. But judges that one on, and it looks like he might be rotating mid lane here. But the pings, listen to the pings on the map, DM. You can tell they're very aware that Loki's on the hunt.
Well, Rafiki's still in a good spot here, considering the fact that the mid-camp just spawned, but unfortunately too little too late. Skeleton gonna miss Envelope Dawn as we see a rotation back in. Geb in the mix as well, but look at the damage going on to Puka. He's gonna be forced out. Mjolnir's attunement will teleport him out here as Clumsy Death takes enough damage to make him not even want to go for the mid-camp.
Skeleton going to try and zone out the middle lane from game round, but mid-camp, as you said, been starting the right-hand side. Athena to take the left one solo, so only she's going to get the experience from that one. Right-hand side goes to OnCooldown. Oh, but a solo kill in the duo lane for Anher, taking out Apollo.
Not only a solo kill, but look at Unseen Death's health right now. Completely full. No worries on the map right now. And given the fact that he was level 8, now pushing into level 9, his wave clear is outrageous. He'll head back to base now with almost a lead. Actually, they've taken the lead in experience. They've shrunk the gold difference down to just 1,000. And on his trip home, it looks like he's going to have level 2 combat boots available. And that's going to be top gold on his team at 4,000. But across the way, Dux is still sitting at 4,500.
Not having the easiest time of that as well. He went for the Doom Orb as well, and if he can't keep, he's got to make sure he doesn't die too much, because obviously Doom Orb will fall off. If you keep consistently dying, you're not going to get the stacks you want. So got to be careful that Rafiki and Thor do not make the combination that they're going to look to do, and keep taking him out.
So we're seeing a rotation back over towards the mid-Gold Fury, or rather mid-area Gold Fury. We're seeing a lot of wards come down, including 2 wards right on top of each other. Very strange to see that kind of thing happening, but they have control left side. Again, T-Mac forced to escape here, and Geb taking some serious damage as well. Unseen Death probably getting pretty close to getting those stacks maxed out.
Yeah, Unseen Death actually landed a lot of those auto attacks as well. It's very important as a hunter to land them, and he's really showing his experience on the hunter and trading very well with Apollo as well. He's actually going to be quite comfortable in that lane. Only level 8 is Apollo here, level 7 on Geb, and just pushing him into tower 2v1.
Unseen Death is actually very close to 10, as it is as well. So we're going to see the...
What's going up in mid lane?
Mid lane's going to be trouble. Herwin recognizes his activated recall demons before he landed, so you can see the damage going through. He's trying to get something done here, but he's just taking too much.
He is, but he's going to try and get as much as he can off. Can Kali get in there? No. Immediate jump away from Thor. Good call from Skeleton to recognize possible danger and get out of there immediately. But great pickup. Apollo's up in the air, though. Going to dunk down, looking for Anher. Not going to find it.
Yeah, that was maybe not the smartest play. He's just himself, which means at this point, even if he sticks around, he's not going to have enough mana to counter push. Even with Unseen Death going back, it's going to be hard for him to go. And he recognizes this. He says, hey, he's out of mana. You have a taunt. There's nothing to be threatened by. I can get another wave here safely. So that ultimate wound up being a major detriment to that push.
So as it stands right now, experience is now in favor of Resist Gaming. Gold has closed to just 600 in favor of OnCooldown here. And as we start heading towards the middle of mid-game, in these stages right now, we can see on the right-hand side, Kali's actually chasing down onto Loki here, getting some nice damage off the Lash, connects with all 3 prongs, so a bit of bleed going out. She has to jump away because Thor's there, the full disengage. But has the early game gone as you expected for Resist Gaming? Should they have done more with it so far, DM?
Well, I think OnCooldown was just too strong in the beginning. The kills coming out from Dux, and of course the kill coming out on the left side as well. I mean, they were just very, very aggressive. Mid lane as well, very aggressive. Janus, not very... what's the word? Not very potent early game. He can do some damage, but his escape potential is extremely low.
But both mid-camps do go over to Resist Gaming. Nice play from them. Skeleton actually takes that mid-camp, gets the help from the portal if he required it, but chose not to. Use his own hammer to get away. Good double hammer in middle lane. Nothing more going to come from that. Or is it as the taunt connects? Beads are used immediately, so Jean-Qui's not going to have them available for the next fight, and that was a Beads 1. So that's going to be a long cooldown.
Yeah, that's 3 minutes, which when you're a character without any CC immunity can feel like a lifetime.
It really can, and in the grand scheme of how Smite plays out as well, 3 minutes is a lifetime.
So we're going to see Gev spotting out Athena here. Herwin taking a huge shot. He's done.
Skeleton's going to look for that kill. Can he find it? But the ghosts have popped. The farts are away, but Clumsy's going to secure it. There we see Kali jumping in. The Lash has been used, and Skeleton's in trouble. Can she find the kill? She's not going to make it, though.
No, not without sprint. And, you know, this is the real weakness in Kali, is that at this point she has to choose between sprint or choose between beads. And really, without having access to both, she doesn't get into that super invulnerable master killing machine mode that she can get into. By picking up Hand of the Gods, it helps her early game, which is extremely weak, but cripples her late game.
So is this the biggest thing with Kali then, why we don't see her as much in Conquest, is because of this sort of situation where she needs both beads and sprint to be more viable?
I think she needs beads and sprint to be viable. I mean, that's just what it comes down to, which is why a lot of teams will start running Kali ADC. Back when Pentablink was running it, Samshrew had a few amazing weeks with the character by putting her in a lane in which she didn't have to pick up Hand of the Gods.
I mean, we did see a guy played last week as well by Andinster in the jungle, and he tried to make it work as well. Chose the sprint, didn't pay off for him, though. It looked like he needed Veto in that game, and I think that's playing into what you were saying there. Right-hand side, though, Rafiki and Skeleton looking for an opportunity on Ducks.
Oh, Divine Light's going to go off. Nice stun going to come out there. He's taking a lot of damage. I don't think he's getting out of this one.
No, he's definitely not going to get out. There's the hammer just to secure that kill. But that was nicely weighted. If you watch them, they wait for the blessing to leave the blessing to stop the heals, and then they engaged on him there, DM. It was a really good use of the skills.
And this is much different than what we expected going into this point in the game. This is where we expected OnCooldown to try to pick up, and actually this is where they're starting to fall off. You're going to see now Resist has taken the lead finally in gold as they're 400 up, and the experience difference has skyrocketed to 4,000 in their lead, and you can see that now reflected in the levels. Nobody under level 10. We had 3 level 13s across the way. We're only seeing 1 level 13, and then VTV right now at only level 8.
Yes, Galeden on that Thor in the jungle has made a big impact on this game so far. Is he going to find something mid, though? Because Clumsy Death is overextended here. Is he going to find an opportunity? Well, he's going to use the jump, going to look for the stun, but immediate use of beads. Sorry, not beads. That's the ultimate used through space and time gets him out of trouble, and that's exactly what I was talking about pre-game.
You know, a full second of pure immunity into a brilliant escape. I mean, what can you do about it? You're a character like Holly who doesn't have a way to chase that. You don't do enough damage at this point in the game to burn him down that quickly. It's just futile.
Rafiki mid looking for an opportunity. Great shield coming out from Geb immediately. Good portal though, and the ghost have been popped again as on her jumps over the wall. Skeleton ducks down. Quick cleanup coming out from Resist Gaming here, but what can Carly do?
That vortex completely makes their health unstable as you see 2 people disappearing. Kali gets portaled out and killed by Clumsy Death as they're going to try to turn 3 for 1 so far as we have a full rotation into the mid lane. We're going to see Loki back out with just enough health, but that was a big enough win for OnCooldown. Or rather, I'm sorry, for Resist. 3-1 right there. Now they're going to turn their sights over to the left side. Whether they're going to chase down Apollo or go for this Gold Fury, either way, they're in a good spot because hand 3 is online.
Well, they could go for it. Going to look for the wall instead. Skeleton not going to find it, though. So for the time being, the delay from OnCooldown is good enough to stop them from contesting the Gold Fury and stop them doing it, which means that OnCooldown don't fall further behind in gold, which is still... Sorry, is just fallen out of their favor now, and it's 47 gold in favor of Resist Gaming.
This is just control at its finest. I mean, we saw OnCooldown with a huge lead in the early game, and they have now answered 1 kill for 8 since their 3-0 start. I mean, the gold here is normalized once again. You see it down to 0 on the graph, but 4,100 experience still separates the 2 teams. Resist is just playing this very, very smart, but what I don't like is that they got a huge opportunity there. They got 3 kills. They sent 3 people back. 2 of them are really not ready to fight, and they didn't take anything off it. They didn't force the 3 or 4v2. They didn't force the Gold Fury. They didn't jungle. They didn't take away, you know, mid or left experience. They didn't push a tower, Hindu Man. They just kind of looked at them in the jungle.
Just left it as it was. Well, we talked before the game as well. You talked about Ra and Mr. Pretty Ducks playing that and going to be looking for the breastplate of valor you expected, but at the moment he went Doom Orb, he's gone for the Shoes of Focus, and now he's completed Mail of Renewal. Mail of Renewal, one of these items we don't see that much, DM.
You know, it's an item that I actually personally love. Oh, but we got to jump in here. Looks like Resist does take the Gold Fury. They're going to be able to answer some gold back there. But, oh, look at this. Dunking right down. Great presence of mind from Skeleton.
Oh, space and time did so much damage. Rafiki picks up the kill in Hurrywind, and now we're going to see Gab bravely walk away.
I like this. They don't focus on chasing the kills. This is a good opportunity for them to look for an opportunity to take an objective, though I would have liked to see them burn down that blue buff on the left side. It looks like they're going to turn their entire focus here towards the left lane and try to take down the first tower that they can, you know, maybe answer back since they lost their right one.
Yeah, going to be quite a few seconds for anybody to get up. They could even take 2 towers if they really pushed it. Just going to take the first one, but that's going to open up the map a little bit more on that left-hand side, and that being the weakest side, the best side to really attack from, just because it's so far away from the Fire Giant. So if you can take down that Phoenix, it's going to cause a big issue on the map for OnCooldown.
I want to throw out a thank you to Skeleton for taking that blue buff. It was kind of making me itch that they left that up for so long.
You got itchy.
So they're going to rotate over to the mid camp. Skeleton having a really good few minutes here. Level 15. You're going to see him 2-0-8, a part of 10 of his team's 11 kills.
Yeah, big shout out to Clumsy Death as well.
And again, his ult's up. He's going up again.
He's going to look for pretty prime Duck here on that Raw. Dunks down, does find the connection. Great wall as well, and Clumsy with the Vortex. Enough to pick up the kill and put him at 5-1-4.
That's incredible I mean, he has been a part of almost every kill on his team's repertoire so far, just having a great push in the early game. And, you know, you can see Skeleton and Clumsy Death have really led the way here. Rafiki had a little bit of a rough time in the early part, so did Unseen Death, and then, of course, Giz at 0-2. But I think the mid has really turned it around here with help from Skeleton. I mean, despite the fact that we saw a very early kill come out to Clumsy Death, I think the overall pressure coming out from Resist as a whole has just been spot on.
Yeah, totally spot on. They're working out on comms very, very well. You can clearly tell the communications are good with them because of the rotations, and when they're going for a gank, the whole team is prepared for this opportunity. Athena's on point with the Olympus at the same time as you're seeing the through space and time being used by Clumsy Death to offer an option of escape as well as for him to join in the fight, just in case there's extra pressure they weren't expecting. So good calls from Resist Gaming coming out this week so far. Oh, he gets trapped in the wall. Geb's in trouble.
That was a beautiful pillar. Now remember, there is no tower here. He's going to be forced to Cataclysm. He does get some damage off. Will T-Mac chase this down? I don't think he should. This is major bait potential.
He can't really chase this one down. He is 2 levels behind Anher right now. And with an Athena there as well, he's got to watch his positioning because if he gets caught, he will drop as well. So you can see him backing off immediately. Resist Gaming in full control. And they're going to be facing off the winners of Dignitas versus, I believe it's Hydra Esports. Whichever one they're going to face is probably going to be Dignitas doing it, but Pretty Duck, when I say Prime, is getting caught out again, and Loki's doing work.
They're getting some damage done. You're going to see Rafiki turn his sights now. Oh my god, the aim strike damage is real. Unstable. Vortex. Oh, that shield wall is going to get stopped.
Ball's going up.
Have it available. Geb respawns. We're going to see Emerald Dawn come down. Thor looking for the double tap. Finds it on the Kali, and he's going to go down.
He is going to go down, making it 15-5 right now. And now the Fire Giant is a possibility. Slightly low, going to look for pressure on the middle lane. His left-hand side, Anher continues the Wrecking Crew onto Apollo and onto this Tier 2 tower. Apollo's in trouble as well there.
Well, actually, I would say that both people on cooldown in the mid are in trouble, as you're seeing Loki rotate him, but he gets carded as the shield comes out. No club for you, Rafiki. Back off.
Mid tower does drop left-hand side. We can see that the tower's slowly being chipped out as once again in middle lane. Jean-Qui takes a lot of damage. Paul does command, and there's the Vortex to secure the kill for Clumsy. 7-1-5. Unstoppable.
I think people are really starting to unlock Janice's potential here in damage. You can see that Unstable Vortex is just blowing people out of the water. Looking at player damage right now, Skeleton 11k with 70 on top. You're going to see Clumsy Death 11k 86 on top. So just kind of showing Thor what's up.
Yeah, just keeping him in check, showing him that, you know, there's other people in the team that can also deal damage out as well. Skeleton, though, for me, has been MVP of this game for sure. He's had a great game through and through. Looked at his rotations. His walls have been on point and crisp, and the double taps have been really important for his team too.
So we're going to see Rafiki rotate back over. Now, 16-5, the overall shift has been extraordinary since the first 2 minutes of the game. Almost 5,000 in the lead, and this is crazy. 12,500 experience separates the two teams, and you look at the levels, and that is just blatantly apparent. 3 level 17s and a 19 compared to 18, 2 14s, and a 15, and that's not even counting the supports, where there's also a variance in. This is just great control, and you look down at the board here, Giz has the Sovereignty online, on top of the fact that he also has a full weakening curse ready to go.
So when you look at this game right now, DM, and you see OnCooldown's team composition, you see their position in the end, what do you do? What would you do as OnCooldown? What would be the call you should make? Stay safe and
honestly,
farm?
It's
team
hard
fight,
to say.
group up?
And you see the Gold Fury getting started. They have to contest this. They have to.
They are trying to contest it. Cancelled it for the time being. Apollo's in the sky, going to dump down ahead of time on the team. Sprint was popped on Clumsy there. As we can see the aggression coming out from Jean-Qui. He's in trouble here now.
Oh, in the back, Skeleton looking for T-Mac. T-Mac's able to escape through 2 ults right there. He's going to be able to put himself in a good spot as Kali wastes the jump. Rafiki trying to escape, gets a good shot, and the first casualty is going to go down.
Through space and time, does connect, do 725 damage to Geb. Skeleton's going to finish off that kill. As on the backside, you're going to see him continue to chase onto Kali, who uses the ultimate to get away, and the leap. Raz left alone, surrounded by 5 members. He's going to drop 2, 20-5. Gold Fury standing, but it looks like the Fire Giant is the call.
Kali right there was the only person able to escape, and it was thanks to the invulnerability given to her from destruction. We're going to see 5 men rotate over to the Gold Fury. 20-5 right now. 57 in the lead. Is going to turn up to a 6,500 real quick as the Fire Giant goes down, and Resist puts on their belts, getting ready to take the win.
So, when you play Yordus, his ultimate through space and time deals more damage the longer it travels. And it didn't travel a very long distance, DM. It traveled from like near the speed buff to near the mid-harpies and did 725 damage to Geb. That is a lot of damage for such a short distance. Imagine if that went across the map, that would probably one-shot Apollo.
You know, Geb is one of those characters that doesn't take a lot of damage. I mean, he is incredibly tanky. He has a shield available to him. He has 2 forms of CC, a great escape, on top of the fact that he only takes 25% extra damage from crits.
So, Golfio been starting out the Fire Giants online for Resist Gaming. Going to take this one down very quickly. OnCooldown can really only watch this one get dropped. They're not in a position to fight. Carly still in base raw, busy doing the the experience keeping their own jungle. And now the left-hand side is being focused by Resist Gaming. They've got to make a stand soon, DM, because if they don't, they're just going to lose everything.
T-Mac on the wrong side, 3 people in mid right now. Only Kali here to defend against these 5, and I just don't see that working out for them in the end. It looks like the creeps are in there. Unseen Death, not even necessary to reset that tower as we're seeing a major grouping here. Apollo's going to have to back here. The split push has been wasted, and that's a 5v4.
And now Geb has to use a Cataclysm, but Rafiki does so much damage to Shankui. He's running for his life right now. Saving Pain does not connect with anyone as Anher leaps away. And this team fight is going badly once again for OnCooldown.
Keeladon trying to find a way into the back line there. Is going to force himself into the mid. T-Mac finally rotates in. He has some damage here. You can see Keeladon getting low, but he still manages to escape as Kali gets down to 1 hit and will be forced out. No, right there, the weakening curse to stop her from even getting to 15%. Oh my God!
Unstable Vortex connects and Geb disappears off the map. If you want a damage dealer in mid lane, Yordus is the place to go, boys and girls. Did you see his health? No, because it was gone. That's why.
You know, for a long time, I've had the stigma of I hate the character Ao Kuang, because what happens is Ao Kuang teaches players how to play poorly. It's just a lot of camping, and then they're looking for ults. I can see a shift to that to Jonas, considering how much damage. I mean, early game and early levels, players are going to be looking to, I can just hit them with the portal and go for Unstable Vortex. I think in the coming months, we're going to see a major shift of new players going to Janus looking for that damage. And as we get to a higher point in the game, they're going to have a lot harder time focusing because they're not going to understand how to escape. But for the players who are already playing at top level and understand how to use these abilities effectively, they can show how dangerous this character can be.
Yeah, really. And the big thing about Unstable Vortex that you're seeing, guys, is that he's connecting both sides on the point, and that's why you're seeing so much damage coming out. If you hit with just one side, it does fair average damage, you know, decent mage damage. However, you hit with both, people like Geb disappear.
So now, 24 minutes into the game, Fire Giant still available, at least for a little while longer. Probably about 60 seconds to 90 seconds left, and they have a lot of pressure. You can see them moving forward, taking another Tier 1. Only 1 Tier 2 remains on the map right now, and still, I don't think we've seen anyone on this team die with this buff yet. No, all 5 still have it available.
Yeah, they did go very deep last time, but all escaped with the barest amounts of health. Jean-Qui trying to rotate around the side, got a spot Scalida now, but in the meantime, Athena does get a nice taunt off as Rafiki on the backline forces the beads, and there's the dunk down. Lots of damage coming out, but everyone's still living.
Not for long. Veet's getting very low. Portal dropped down, and Clumsy Death's going to kill him with a portal.
Yordus is divine. Yordus is divine. Divine Yordus.
He has not died since First Blood. 9, 1, and 11, a part of 20 of the kills, as has Scalidon of the 24. They've had a lot of pressure. They've really turned this around. Now they're trying to get one more fight in, then they're taking some damage here on Resist, but it's just not enough to deter.
Not enough at all. Pale goes out, but Scalidon's there to try and pick up the pieces. Not going to find anything as Anher rotates around looking to pick up Raw. Will he find it? Looks like he will. Or at least Athena will anyway. Right-hand side Phoenix down. Middle one being on. This is looking over DM. Resist Gaming going to be facing off against Dignitas if they can finish this one out.
If they can finish it out. I mean, they still have 2 people available. It looks like they're getting forced back here. Veet, remember, guys, just hitting level 13 right now, so the respawn timers are extremely low, but they finally get into a point where they can get something done. 2 Phoenixes are taken down, and now poor Apollo is going to be forced out here as there is a 5-man back. He has no chance at this Phoenix.
No, he's not. He did a good job of pushing. He realized he couldn't contest with his teammates dying around him. When Geb dies, of all people, as your first character, as your first god to die in a team fight is Geb, and you don't get anything out of it. You're like, this isn't going to go well, guys. This is a problem. let's back off. So he did the right thing and looked to push down a lane and get some gold for his team, got some global objectives with those 2 towers. However, not going to find anything else of it. Fire Giants back up DM, and it looks like Resist Gaming straight there.
Yeah, I mean, there's 4 people here right now. T-Mac on the wrong side of the map, not going to be able to rotate over without using his ultimate. And Geb's in there, but only Geb. Will they recognize that this technically is still free so long as they can control that Geb?
He does have Blink available. Skaleden well aware of that. He's got the Magi's online as well, so they're just trying to blow that CC immunity on that Magi's Bison he's got, and he's slowed them down enough, but oh my goodness, the damage coming out from the team is too much. The rollout, they see me rolling, they hate him, and then they caught him riding dirty, and now Resist Gaming going to get a free Fire Giant.
T-Mac in the mid lane now going to face off against some firemen as he rotates. And it looks like he's going to go back up on the ult. What is happening? Uh-oh. Unseen Death is still available. He can back instantaneously. He recognizes Apollo's there, and check it out, immediately hits that B button. The Fire Giant's been taken. There's no support available. Actually, it looks like Unseen Death's going to try to sneak up behind him.
Oh, we can see a fight.
This could be big.
This could be a big fight between the 2 of them. We'll see what's going to go on as Unseen Death's looking for Apollo. Well aware of this, already rotating away. Is he going to find a way out, though? That's the question.
I think he will be able to escape, but I mean, at this point, it's too little too late. There's already 2 people dead. Through space and time's not going to hit, but it's going to allow his team to teleport through. Ducks might be able to escape there, but there's only 3 people right here looking for an opportunity. I'd still say that this final Phoenix is going to go down.
Yep, more than likely, all that they can do really is stand and watch. Pukaberg and look for a good blink. Cataclysm, though, coming out from Geb. Is this the stand they're looking for? Seeing ping hits onto Skaleden, but Rafiki doing work again.
Yeah, I mean, look at the damage done to Ducks. It's not even surprising at this point how much damage he can do. We have not seen him go down in a while. You know the Heartseeker's stacked. He has Titan's Bane available. Jotun's Wrath is online as well. And Ducks, I mean, he's basically gone into full damage at this point, except for the Mail of Renewal. That Doom Orb is not paying off. He just doesn't have the damage to keep them at bay.
I mean, a good decision from Resist Gaming here as well, DM. They're not going overkill. I mean, they could look to end here and actually throw a few lives away in the process of actually, you know, just finishing this game off, because the Titan's low enough for them to do that. Choosing not to, though, and just be consistent and be disciplined in their team play, especially when they're going to be going on next round to face Dignitas, they're going to need something like this.
So 3 Phoenixes down. Titan well under half, closer to 30% at this point. Really, at this point, they could just rush in and burn that thing down. They don't have enough damage. They don't even have enough CC to deter them, and the Titan won't do nearly enough damage to slow them down.
I'll expect these to be the final items purchased for Resist Gaming as the buffs are slowly taken away for the final push for victory for Resist Gaming to move on to the next round. As I said, for the 3rd time, to face off against Team Dignitas, who are the leaders in the North America right now. And I'm pretty sure they'll put up a good fight. And this could be an interesting one in the next round for these 2, as they all push down the left-hand side. Look at the speed the threshold gives them, though, DM. Keep an eye on what Clumsy Death does with that threshold. The speed increase is ridiculous.
So, right side, the Phoenix has come up. They're not.
I feel a portal. I feel a portal.
Yeah, they're going right in. They're dropping the ship. Shoutouts to StarCraft as they move in and burn it down. That's going to go to Resist 28-5. That's all she wrote.
Clumsy Death showing off the power of the mothership, also known as Janus. Janus. Really crazy game for Resist Gaming there.
Early game, really well. I mean, that went straight to OnCooldown. They had complete control around the map, but as things started to go on, we saw Thor doing a lot of damage. Rafiki gained control of his lane once again. Unseen Death started shoving T-Mac out, and Clumsy Death with 24,000 just blowing Herwind out of the water, despite the fact that Herwind had great control in the mid lane in the early game. It just was too little too late, and they burned it down, got it done.
24,000 player damage by Clumsy Death. The closest person to him was 17,800 in Hurrywind on Jonquil. That's ridiculous, DM. 7,000 more than anyone else.
So we're going to be taking a quick break here before we get into the next round. Now, Pinuman. We're getting closer to the round of 4. We're going into the round of 8 here. OnCooldown's going to be going up against Dignitas, or rather, Resist Gaming going up against Dignitas. Cognitive Red going to be fighting off against 5 Angry Men. The Name Changers and Torch, I think, still going off here. Not sure if we have a result there. Cognitive Gaming still waiting on the winner of that, and then Snipe versus Critosaurus. So we're almost a perfect top 8 here, except Name Changers, I think, have the innate ability to knock the 7th seed out of the tournament.
They do, and if they can do that, that's going to be a big win for them and give them an opportunity as well this week. So we'll have to see if Name Changers can really do that and take out Torch. If they do, they're going to have to face Cognitive Gaming, and that's going to be a big game as well for them to try and deal with, DM.
All right, so we're going to cut to a quick break, guys. Make sure to stick around. We'll be right back with the round of 8.